Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. I don't know you do that kind of affair. Yeah. Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, for sharing, subscribing, telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you. You guys are the realest MVPs. Yes. Today I've got Lala Daddy in the building. And of course in the building. So Lala, you're very much welcome. Chop knuckle.
No fight.
Nice one. So today it's all about Remy boy, and of course Burna boy, the Dogu, and the river himself, Rema. Now something happened like a few hours ago, some days, like yesterday, and
on Twitter.
it was a whole lot. I saw Rema trending. I went to check, and then I saw a whole lot of tweets. Rema literally had like a Kanye moment.
That's what people call it.
You understand? Yeah, it was like a Kanye moment. Like guy was just going on and on and spilling everything and anything that his brain could process at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, now small remain, this guy will confess, even it was kept secret. You understand? And then I kept on asking myself, what exactly came over Rema? Like Rema, as we all know, has always been a very quiet guy, just do his music and go and everything. Who annoyed Rema?
Who annoyed them?
Yes.
We were not there, so we don't.
I heard about one thing though.
Okay, what did you hear?
Now, I don't know how true this is and everything. Someone said, oh, Davido slapped Rema.
That's actually wrong information.
Exactly.
Because that guy tweeted it. Davido now was like, guy, you were not here. And people actually believe what he said.
What he said, yeah.
He actually deleted what he said. So that is false information. There was nothing actually happened between Davido and Rema behind the stages, because Davido actually quoted one of those tweets. If Davido was the cause of it,
it won't even be.
He would know that somebody is coming.
Davido quoted one of those tweets.
Yeah.
Burna, like we had Burna, like a whole lot of, like, what exactly? What is that thing that made Rema get everybody's attention with those series of tweets?
The thing about is, I want to call it rant, but
the thing about
his rant yesterday was it was just a lot of bottled up feelings. And when you bottle up feelings and emotions for far too long, there's always going to be one trigger that just makes you just start opening your mouth and just say everything you've had in your mind for a long time.
Everything.
So we had references of things that happened way back in 2017.
He stole his friend's laptop and things. His mother was pregnant. People were saying, oh, they were shaming her for getting pregnant. There were too much information.
A lot of information. That shows that he as a teenager that he is right now has actually had to grow up at a very young age.
He's gone through a lot.
Yeah, that's what it proves, that he's gone through a lot as a young boy, even before he came into the industry. Yeah. Death of his father, death of his brother, having to be the man of the family at such a young age. Yes. So he said he's been reserved for a long time. Usually when people are reserved, it's not like they're not thinking about things. Some if they paint them, but they don't want to come out of character and start saying it. But then something may have happened, and then probably one of the people who have crossed paths with him before in the past.
Maybe he came across them.
There was a reoccurrence, and then he just decided to flare up, and
it could only have been that, because that trigger from Rema yesterday was so much. He talked about how the prince said he wanted to sign. He said, no, I'm not going to sign to you. The prince said, no, you have to sign because I see the future in you. He said nobody should call him their friends. People are only, he said when he said his brother died, he had a lot of friends and everything, but at his graveside only 2 people stayed by by him and everything. Like in this life, no friend. And then he encouraged the likes of Fireboy, and everything.
He didn't mention them.
He didn't mention them, but of course we know who. He said the gatekeepers. You talk about the gatekeepers of the industry and everything. Already pitting people against themselves, man.
But the thing is, Rema's tweet was not particularly about the music industry or anything like that.
Yes.
But some people Reason being why some people actually now started jumping on the street and using it for their own agendas.
And they tell you, look at what jump on that too.
But man was just letting out a lot he has bottled up for over a period of time, and they should just have allowed him to just do what he had to do and not people co-signing. You don't know what he's feeling. You're not in his mind. So people now jumping on the street and using it for their own agendas was not it for me. That was the only down. But yeah, I feel we have woken up this morning and felt, okay, fine, I got in all that now. I feel a bit better. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have treated this, but then till today,
don't change the password. Don't change the password.
There was actually one tweet that was deleted. I don't know which one, but one of the tweets were deleted.
He said something about his management trying to change his password and everything.
Because management don't usually want artists to
go off like that.
Yeah, they want it to be a sort of controlled. Even if he wants to do something like that, it has to be planned.
Yesterday, the guy. I mean, I'm sure at that point he wouldn't even care if they said leave Maven Records now.
No, see that yesterday, you know go reach that.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't care. He was at that level where he didn't care what happens.
That's why he tweeted, "You know, go fit kill man. We don't die.
We don't die before. You get. Don't try to change my password and everything. Leave me and let me finish this my rant.
Yes.
I must let everything out."
And it did. One of the beautiful things about letting emotions out, you feel better.
You feel better. Yeah.
Whether it is right or wrong,
he just didn't know who to speak to. I mean, maybe. He just didn't have anyone that he could pour out he needed everybody to know how he was feeling.
It just proves that behind the fame and everything, there's always something troubling these guys.
Yes,
human beings like
us. They're humans.
Perhaps you should see a shrink or something, get everything off his chest and become a better person. I don't say he's a good person anyway, but from what we see outside, have self-love for himself and let go of some of the things that happened to him in the past.
Davido was one person that retweeted or made a comment on one of the tweets. Also a couple of other celebrities also did that, supporting him but one major one that is quite evident that people saw. In fact, he also went on a couple of tweets again after that, saying I support you officially, you're my person, you're my G, you're my that N word and everything. Now the Odogu Burna Boy came out fully in support of Rema's rant, and then he also went a bit further by saying, in this Nigeria, nobody knows your dream. I share his passion. He's speaking from my own angle. I share what exactly is Burna Boy's I'm not involvement. It won't TMB. So that to speak. What is his concern?
So that's what I was saying before, like someone was really I don't think there's one person who would say they exactly knew what was wrong with Rema apart from Rema himself. And I felt people now jumping on what someone who is trying to just free himself of some thoughts he's had in his mind. I don't think it was wise for anyone to now start using their moments to run their own agenda. Because obviously at the end of the day I saw what Burna Boy tweeted and I'm like, okay, how does this relate to
what Rema
to him losing his dad? Or okay, fine, maybe you did do someone maybe when you were young, but it didn't. I don't think there was any correlation between what Rema was saying and what Burna said. And look at the amount of likes it gets in and all this. Like, fine. A lot of people would think that this is music related and there was something that happened backstage or someone disrespected him, but it was a combination of many things, as you can see. Losing his brother, losing his dad, having to grow up being a kid,
stole a laptop to help his parents. Like there was a whole lot. Now what I think about this whole thing is now Rema's tweets were personal. I mean, even at that point, Rema would not have minded if nobody likes the tweet, if nobody retweets and everything. He just wanted to put everything
I think the likes and the amount of engagement the tweets were getting was also fueling him to say more and do more. That's what exactly happened. Because he would tweet, you'd wait 1 second, but if you see amount of likes the tweet guy, you'd be like, oh, people are liking what I'm doing.
They want more.
I might as well continue, which he now led on for hours.
I think that the fans should be the one to actually relate with what Rema is saying, not a celebrity. Personally, I think Burna Boy, in supporting Rema, maybe, but I feel I kind of felt like he went a step a bit further, which was not necessary for me.
But we're not saying supporting Rema is not a problem. Someone is tweeting his feelings. You don't know his feelings. The only problem I had was he was using that moment to run his own agenda.
How?
Saying Rema is one of the last of the dying breed.
Oh, dying breed, the guy that speaks his mind and everything.
I would say we have celebrities or we have
who speak their mind
a lot, like in Nigeria, whether you like it or not, people speak their minds.
Yes.
But Burna is of the idea that if he's not speaking against something, there's nobody, or when he speaks against something, that means he's the first to speak against something, which is actually false. And then there's a reason why he left Twitter, because he knows nobody buys those BS. That, let me just say that nobody buys BS on Twitter. You have to, if you come correct, we praise you. If you say nonsense, people will come at you.
You said I came on Twitter. I had to come on Twitter for 2 minutes for this to praise my boy. I officially I'm with you forever. Or I'm with you officially.
It was just agenda that didn't need to agenda. So it was agenda that didn't need to agenda. So Burna Boy could have. I think we didn't need Burna Boy's input that yesterday. The boy was clearly having it wasn't a mental breakdown, but he was having a revelation, like he was revealing a lot of things for himself and also for his fans to see, asking a lot of questions publicly. And judging by what we saw from Don Jazzy yesterday, Don Jazzy was in support, but he didn't have to quote or tweet or quote anything from Rema.
Tweet, yes.
People were saying they should collect the tweet. Don Jazzy said, for what? He's passing on the message. He was in support. He didn't have to go and tweet him and say, but some people, no, the attention must
be on
surely come
from that
use it to agenda. So we didn't need Burna Boy's input. We didn't need anybody's input. All we had to do was just listen to what Rema had to say, and he said it. He's asked the questions.
It was very clear. The message was
very clear to the people involved, the people in PDP.
I'm very sure the people
right there, people in his own state, in Edo States. Yeah. Obaseki, all those.
He has bottled a lot
and he's let it all out. All out. In the midst of everything, he actually now passed a message and said, Nigerian youth, wake up. They just signed a law that yes, police can search your phone and they can request for your phone and search it at will, and there's nothing you can do about it. Use it to pass a message. So none of these other guys quoting and saying anything. Burna Boy himself has not mentioned anything about what is going on in that regard. That's the problem I have. When the going gets tough, when things are happening in the country, we don't see him talk the most. We only see him say, when I know they talk anything, me I dey okay for a year. That's the only thing I see. You know they talk anything when nothing already. But you don't act as a voice with your platform and with your influence. You don't act as a voice. You only know how to police people, to tell them how to act. But you actually, just because you think you are privileged or you have so much money you can fly out of the country anyhow, then it doesn't concern you. But judging by how these things are, nobody is safe in this Nigeria. If we don't all say anything, even if you have the platform, you don't have the platform, you are not. There's nothing that keeps you safe from anything that happens in the country. Everybody is in it, whether you're rich or poor.
I mean, Rema for one, it's not his first time talking about how speaking against the government.
Yeah,
Rema has done that several times with tweets and everything.
Yeah,
you get and for him to actually reveal a couple of these tweets, revealing exactly what he feels and everything, I kind of feel like Rema should be left to say everything without people trying to attach themselves to those tweets.
Exactly what I was saying. Like,
you get,
let him just put it. That's it's just, I don't like people who police people.
You don't have to.
You don't have to police people and tell them.
It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. And this is for someone who has not been on Twitter for a while. And you say you came on Twitter for 2 minutes so that maybe
at the end of the day I could not. Well, as you said, he could relate to Burna, but me, I could not relate with what he was saying anyway.
Yeah, that's just the thing. Now the thing is, when it comes to artists airing their mind, and all of those things, do you think sincerely that these things change artists, or these things change, especially when they talk about let's say they talk about what's happening in the country and everything? Do they really have an impact?
Artists,
yes,
of course. The artists have influence, and when they come out to say things, they command some sort of influence over people to support them. There's a reason Two-Face came to he was about to do a protest, and the reason he pulled out, if he didn't have that influence, he wouldn't get those threats for him to pull out for that protest. Artists can do, but most artists, usually when things like this happen, the only reason you cannot see some certain artists come out to speak their mind is because they don't want to lose their bag in the future. If you get what I mean. They don't want to lose their bag in the future because they know if you speak out against this person now, he can be.
We have a lot of money.
If you speak against this person now, he can come out in the future to be the next Kinigo, and instead of you to have been supporting or you've spoken against him, you won't. That's one of the reasons most entertainers, they don't like to box themselves with negative vibe. It's only now recently that we know that now you see that entertainers self.
They don't care.
Nobody is safe.
Don't care anymore.
Nobody is safe with anything that happens, especially with police and everything. Nobody is safe. It was just which day we got to know that the same thing that happens to a normal person or a normal youth almost happened to Bizu.
Bizu.
Who you can say is privileged in Nigeria, who is rich.
I know what they told him.
Nigeria.
You know what they told Bizu.
They say
you don't escape today.
We'll catch you later. Imagine that kind of thing. So nobody's actually safe.
Bro, nobody's safe in this country.
Nobody is safe. So the earlier everybody comes together and say, nobody needs to police anybody. All we have to do is just, even if people are not saying it, be the one, do your own bit.
Personally, I'm saying, let Rema speak his own mind. Burna, speak your own mind.
Don't attach it.
There's no need to attach. You can always speak your own mind without having to wait for a platform.
Imagine, so it took a 20-year-old man to
you understand.
One have to come and say, I'm only back on Twitter for 2 minutes, so we should not clap for you that you're back on Twitter.
Do you understand? I don't think it's it was necessary.
It wasn't necessary.
Again, I was expecting a subtle shade from someone, but that didn't happen. You get
shade for who? Davido?
I don't know.
Davido didn't actually say much, so he just quoted. We know Davido likes to be. Let me not go that route before people come for me, but he didn't really say much. The Burna boy dedicated a couple of dedicated tweets. Did a thread.
Tweets.
For him, yeah. So
okay, so finally, Rema. Before we go, what exactly do you think is next for Rema after this whole Twitter meltdown, the Kanye moment?
I think
what's next
when the twist, I thought, maybe someone had disrespect. I was searching on Twitter, Rema disrespects Rema. Then I saw that before that period, a couple of days before, when they were pitching him against, maybe that's one of the reasons that caused it. They were pitching against all these other young boys, and doing the whole discussion. People were like, Fireboy over Rema, this over that over that. That
I don't think
there's no way you won't see that. That went confirmed. People were mentioning names, and Rema was like being put on the side. We
talk about the fact that he was using Edo lyrics and everything. They said he wasn't going to blow.
But this is normal. You see, this is normal for artists. Everybody cannot like you, even if they like you. People will always have reservations about what you do. It is normal. But I know artists would always catch feelings, especially Nigerian artists. They always catch feelings. They see everything.
So you think that thing actually triggered what he was saying?
Of course, it's part of what triggered it. He saw that yes, there's obvious disrespect for him, that he doesn't use autotune. He's able to pull melodies without autotunes and things like that. He said all that. We saw it.
Yeah.
And then people who didn't respect him
thought, you think say easy when on my first record I said another banger. Like, or even on the first song.
So he saw he's one of those things. They all accumulated together for him to just have that outburst. It's like the volcano was inside. It was ready to burst out, and he actually
so did. Do you think that Rema is actually being disrespected? You think he's underrated? I think he's rated. Okay, he's just letting personal opinions of individuals, maybe some certain influencers or some certain gatekeepers. But who are these gatekeepers? We'll come back to that discussion another time. who are the gatekeepers? He's letting these kind of things. The thing is, people say the game is the game. Like that's how it is. It's normal. It's normal for people to say this one is better than you. Of course, it's normal for even the people that you call gatekeepers. Personal opinions. Definitely, it's personal opinions. It's normal for now. Point I have is people say don't compare. People always compare. You cannot. But the same people who say don't compare, but when they get nominated for awards and they're in the same category, what do you think that is? Is that not comparison? Are you not choosing the best out of comparing several people? But when people like us or normal music lovers now come and start comparing, you say we are creating division. But you think when an award body puts them in the same category and one person wins, is all of them winning? Are they not comparing? Is the other person not getting a gift that somebody else won? Yeah. So the thing is normal. The earlier you make peace with your mind that these things are normal, it's part of being in the entertainment industry with several. Been in any industry.
Any industry, several talented creatives, several of them. they're like, you make peace with yourself and you be like, okay, let me just put my A game. If I win, I win. If I don't win, I don't win.
Definitely.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Definitely. Okay, so guys, man, it's been a
I don't talk longer.
It's been a
passionate discussion.
A gusto reaction, Kanye moment for Lala as well. I think Lala also has a lot, you know, especially against the gatekeepers and people that compare.
But we have to go and analyze who are these gatekeepers. So
who are these gatekeepers?
We will now open their ashes.
Part 2. On board with you. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Guys, what do you think about Rema's, you know, Twitter outburst? And of course, Burna Boy coming to say, "You're my guy." The last of a dying breed and everything. Was it necessary or was it not? What exactly, you know, was Burna trying to prove with getting attached to, you know, Rema's tweet and all of those things? Let us know in the comment section. Of course, we'll write it to reply to every one of you. Thank you so much, Lala. As usual, has been really, really amazing. Lala don't talk today. And I know that he was speaking with some anger. Yes, some analytical anger came through.
Let me just go back to my reserve. I'm now reserved back.
Lala don't talk today. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Before we go, as Rema will always say, another banger. See you soon.